In Lesson 1.5, we'll be looking at problem-solving strategies. And by the end of this lesson, you should be able to use some problem-solving strategies to solve non-routine problems and also be able to select an appropriate strategy. We have a couple of different vocabulary words, and really they're just strategies. There's lots of problem-solving strategies, but in this lesson we'll focus on looking for a pattern, guess, check, and revise, make a table, and work backwards. You'll notice that your vocabulary words are highlighted, and you can copy down those definitions onto your note sheet. And we are going to take a look at a couple of problems on Lesson 1.5 before you start on your homework, which is the problem-solving worksheet. So we will take a look at guided practice number 2 on page 28. On page 28, the guided practice problem area is right here in the green, and you'll notice that there are lots of different resources available with our online book. One is a little check quiz that you can take to make sure you understand. The other one is a video tutor that you can watch to see something explained. So even though I'm skipping ahead to problem number 2 on the guided practice, please don't take that as you needing to skip through all of the problems without looking at them. You should take the time in your book to look through the different problems for the lesson and then make sure you're taking the notes as I'm working out the problems. So for guided practice number 2, the product of two consecutive non-negative odd integers is 783. What are the integers? Well, I have my answer key turned on, so that makes it kind of easy there, but I think a good strategy for this type of problem is guess and check. I'm going to guess two non-negative odd integers. Consecutive just means in a row. Non-negative means that they're positive. And then we know what odd numbers are. So let's just try the number 21 times the next consecutive odd integer would be 23. And when you're problem solving, you can use a calculator. Just make sure to show your work. So 21 times 23 is 483. So I'm going to put down 483, and that is too low because I'm trying to get to 783. So I might pop up a little bit to 25 times 27. And when I take 25 times 27, again, as long as you're documenting your work, it's fine to use a calculator. 25 times 27 is 675. So we're getting closer to our answer. Okay, let's pop up one more and do 27 times 29. And one little thing that I can do is check 7 and 9 are in the ones place, and 7 times 9 is 63. And 3 is in the ones place in my answer, so I'm thinking that's probably the answer. 27 times 29, which is 783. So the answer that you should record is 29 and 27, and make sure you show your steps in between there. The next problem that we're going to take a look at is number 11 on page 29. Page 29, number 11, it says Odell has the same number of quarters, dimes, and nickels. In all, he has $4 and change. How much does each coin does he have? And for this particular problem, I'm going to use the strategy of making a table. And we're going to have the number of quarters, and then the number of dimes, and the number of nickels, and he has the same of each amount. So I'm going to make a table with those columns, and I'm going to record a number. So let me just try 4 quarters, 4 dimes, and 4 nickels. 4 quarters, of course, is $1, 4 dimes is 40 cents, and 4 nickels is 20 cents. So that would be $1.40 plus 20 more cents, which is $1.60, and that's too low because it says he has a total of $4. So let's bump that up to 8 quarters, 8 dimes, and 8 nickels. 8 quarters is, of course, $2. I'm going to record that down here. And 8 dimes is 80 cents, so $2.80. And then 8 nickels is another 40 cents, so that would be a total of $3 We're really close to that amount of $4. So I'm going to go one more, 9 quarters, 9 dimes, and 9 nickels. So 9 quarters would be $2.25. $2.25 plus 9 dimes is 90 cents. And then 9 nickels would be 45 cents. So let's add that up. 0 there, carry the 1. 16, carry the 1. I am up to 360. Okay, so that's not going to work because we're still looking for a total of $4. So let's try 10 quarters, 10 dimes, and 10 nickels. Okay, 10 quarters would be $2.50. 10 dimes, of course, would be another dollar, and 10 nickels would be 50 cents. $2.50 plus a dollar plus 50 cents is $4. So the question asks, how many of each coin does he have? 10 of each. Now, your table might not look the same as mine. We kind of did a little guessing and checking on this in addition to making a table, and that often happens when you're problem solving. You combine strategies to get the answer. So make sure that even though you have the answer of 10 of each coin, that you show some sort of work on how you got that. Put what's in your head onto the paper so we can make sure and understand what you're doing. The last problem that we're going to do for lesson 1-5 is number 19 on page 30. On page 30, number 19 asks about the essential question. Again, the essential question is our guiding force in each chapter, and we want to make sure and understand why we are doing the work that we're doing. In this case, how can you use numbers and symbols to represent mathematical ideas? And number 19 asks, how can we decide which strategy to use when solving a problem? Well, in this case, it's kind of a personal preference. Sometimes certain problems lend themselves to certain strategies. I personally like to draw pictures and make tables. I don't like to usually write an equation because it's just hard for me. But I know that if I practice that skill, it gets a little bit easier for me. So how to decide on the strategies is kind of a personal preference, but also knowing which strategy to use really helps you solve the problem more effectively. So same thing when I'm looking at maybe building something. I'm not going to just use one tool. If I have a lot of tools to choose from, I'm going to have a better product in the end. And same thing with problem solving. If I know a couple of different strategies, I'm going to be able to be a better problem solver in the end. So personal preference on number 19, but also understanding the types of strategies that fit with certain types of problems. Your homework for lesson 1-5 is to do the problem solving worksheet. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck.